Hello, Namaskar, good evening. This is Simran Singh. Welcome to NCRT's live interaction. You all are watching us on PM eVidya channel number 6 to 12, or you might also connect with us to our YouTube channel that you all are well aware of. It is NCERT official. It's around 4:10 p.m. on your watch, and here's time for our special sessions that we call webinar. And in this webinar session, we are going to discuss about exploreapp.diagram.net. And to make this learning process more conducive for all of you, we are also joined by an expert. Let me introduce him to you. We have with us Mr. Naveen Gupta. Namaskar, sir.
Namaskar, ma'am.
Welcome to NCRE. Welcome for the session. Sir is the recipient of National ICT Award for the year 2019. Besides, he is PGT, currently serving at St. Mark's Senior Secondary School, has joined in from New Delhi. Viewers, if you have any of the questions, feel free to reach out to us in the comment section of NCRT Official. Besides, you may note our mail ID for all or your queries, that is training.helpdesk@ciet.nic.in. Besides, you may also mark our contact number in your diaries. So you may dial the number that is 8800-440-559, and you can come up with the queries, your feedbacks. So let's get started, Mr. Naveen. I would request to apprise our audience about what all we are going to study in this topic, that is exploreapp.diagram.net.
Thank you so much, Simran ma'am. So I would like to welcome all the learners who has joined us, and directly we are going to the topic. How this is, Simran ma'am has already given my introduction, so so now first of all, we need to understand the term visualization. Actually, as a learner, even if I'm going to teach you without any PowerPoint and I'll start speaking everything, you will not able to visualize a thing. So when we visualize something, it keeps in our mind. So it enhances the attention, keeps the audience focused on the subject matter. Like you people are listening to me and you can see the picture with explaining open science skill, matrix reward. So you can visualize the thing very easily and you can remember these things easily. So how you can prepare all these things? Now let's talk about advantages of visualization. Visualization stimulates the same parts of our brain and when we actually perform the same activity. Visualization enhances the attention because it keeps the audience focused on the subject matter. Visualization aids in a memory tagging imaginary, because whenever you see something, for example, I say lion. So you make an imaginary picture in your mind that how lion look like. So similarly, when we see the visualization of any of the topic which we are going to explain, it makes an imaginary image. And that enhances the learning attention power of a learner. Now, that is what meaning of a visualization, how it's advantage. Now, what are the different type of visualization we can do? So we are going to discuss how we can use app.diagram.net. A company called draw.io is configurable project on this. So they have made a project developed by JGraph Limited. It's a free software. You can use it for free. Now, what are the advantage of using this? Create diagrams without minute of previous experience. You don't require any experience to draw any kind of diagram. Edit and style diagram within an intuitive interface that guides your process. Create advanced diagram power functionality designed to save your time. Build diagram context. Draw.io fully integrates with their Confluence workflow. So that all are the advantages of a draw.io. Team works better with draw.io. Simultaneously editing means teams stay in sync. Find diagram easily with the best class search function. Share the feedback by adding comments on the diagram and boost productivity with the custom templates and libraries. So that is what draw.io. Now, when you start app.diagram.net, now when you are going to, I'm just going to browser window and I'll start. What I have to write? I have to write on the browser window. I have written here app, you can just see here app.diagram.net. So I have written here app.diagrams.net is a website which I'm going to use to create different types of website, different types of diagram. So when you log in, it will ask you what it will ask you. It will ask you save diagram to, means where you want to save the diagram. You want to save the diagram on Google Drive, OneDrive, device, Dropbox, GitHub, or anywhere you want, wherever the way you want to store, or you can say decide later. So I can just say decide later. So this is the first screen when you start appdiagrams.net. The next will be authorize. If you are using Google Drive to store your data, so it will ask you to authorize whether you want to save, whether, because it's a third party app, so you need to authorize this app with a Google that you need to save this data in Google Drive. So that is what the second process will be. You need to authorize, or you can just say, on the previous screen, decide later. You can click here, decide later, and you can just go through. Now, authorize button, we are talking about authorize button, and I have just used a Google Drive. You can use any of the option which I have explained just now. Now, what you can do with the draw.io, you can create blank, you can take a blank diagram clip wherein you can design anything, class diagram, flow chart, organizational chart, swim lane, entity relationship diagram. Let's understand all this and then I'll go to software. Now, this is a sample flow chart. Let's say I want to design this kind of flow chart. I can design this in the PowerPoint as well, but the area of the PowerPoint is 16:9. Sometimes we need more area. So that's the reason we need this software to draw these kind of images. So this is a small flow chart which have a certain options which I can use using draw.io. Now this is a class diagram. Again, I can use class diagram to, I can draw the class diagram using draw.io, that is appsdiagram.net. Organizational charts example. So this is an organizational chart which you can use it like this. And you can make like swim lane metaphor for PowerPoint. So this kind of chart is also possible to draw using draw.io. Now this is a ER diagram example. So all these diagrams I can, this is a sequence diagram. You can see this kind of sequences we can draw within this software. This is simple Kanban board, which I can draw this. Now this is a cross-functional flowchart. So all these functionalities are available under this class app.diagram.net. So I am on the screen. I'm just starting with this. So I'm just starting. How to start? I'll just write app.diagram.net. As I said, I need to log in. So I'm just going to log in on this site. So this is a site. I'll say OK. Plugins are there. Some JS.js plugins are there. So I say OK, and the site will be loaded. So this is a canvas wherein I can draw. I can resize the canvas. By default, it's having a graph, some of the grids. So there are certain settings which I can do. So I'm going to explain each and every part of this screen. So you can see here, this portion is for the settings of the objects. So you can use it, settings. So all the settings are available here for every object on the screen. And these are the objects which I can draw it here. And there are different options available here. And this is the name of the file by default, Untitled Diagram. So these are the few screen areas. This is page 1. Down, it's written here page 1. And I am having single page on this. So it's page 1. I can click on the plus button to add more pages. I hope it is clear to everyone. Now, what else? Let's say I said sign up. I say log. I can share. Means what I can do, whatever I have drawn, whatever I have drawn here, I can just increasing the size so that it is visible. Simran ma'am, it is visible to everyone. I hope it is visible.
Yes, so it's clearly visible to us.
Okay, fine. So I'll just say grid. I'm just explaining this part of the screen first. I'm explaining this part of the screen, that what I want. If I don't want a grid, I'll just clear the grid. Or I want to change the color of the grid. So we have an option to change the grid. So we can have a red color grid as well. So you can change the color. You can change the grid size, the box size. Or I'll just say, I want a grid size as red. So I'll say red, it's a red grid. So I'll just say I don't want, I want a plain screen. Now I want a page view. So you want a complete page view, how it will be look like in the, when you download this. And if you want to change the background color, you can change the background color. You want shadow, so you can change the shadow. So these all are the options. Now paper size. So I'm just explaining this option. There is a paper size. You want to draw and you want to take a printout. So you can say paper size. Then we have an option called portrait and landscape. So you can make your setting before making any of the object, any of the diagram on your screen. Now, so I can say we have a different size of pages. I can say custom to make it my own size. Let's say I'm designing for A4, so I'll set my A4 size because I am creating my drawing for the A4 size. So this is my area I can show. Now this is my page view. So I am having a screen size as A4 size page. Now connection arrow. So I need a connection arrow, connection points. So that will be visible on the screen. Then we have a style. What style shape you want on your screen. Means we have a different types of slides. By default, you want this. So whenever I download, it will be automatically of this color. So it means if I am taking any of the shape from here and I have changed the style, so it automatically come with the same color. Let's say this is my background. So I just take in this one. So I just click and my shape will be automatically with the same color and with a color. So this is what the style is. So I'm just changing back to this. So this was my style. So this is a normal. What we are learning? We are learning the facilities available under the appdiagram.net, that how can we manage the page? How can we have a different style of page? So this was my right side. I am just explaining which option. I'm explaining this style option, wherein we are having these options for the shape. You want a sketch, you want a curved, you want a rounded. You can set all this option before drawing your any of the objects. Now, then let's come to the file. I'm saying file new. When I say file new, it gives me various options. So I have taken an option file new. Where is file new? So I am going to the menu bar. This is my menu bar. And I am taking the first option called file and I'm saying new. What will happen when I click on new? So I'll just go to file new. So it will ask me, you want a blank diagram, you want a class diagram, or you want a flowchart. You have a UML, different types of UML. So basically there is a concept called templates. When I say templates, so templates means a predefined structure will be available and accordingly you can change the data with your templates. So let's say we have a charts, we have a different types of charts, engineering. So there is a topic called engineering, flowchart. So we have a flowchart, maps. So we have various options which we can use to draw our diagram. Let's say I'm taking maps. So I say create and my map will be available on my screen. So you can see here map is available and I am here. So this is my map. Now I can use it again. I can do some settings. This is my map. I can do some settings from here, like grid and all. So let's see how we can do. Let's say I'm working on this only. I'm working on this. This is 100% size. I make it 75%, or I can make it 50% so that it will be visible on the screen. So this is my figure which I want to change. Now, what setting? I'm just making it again on the higher side so that I can show you. Now, this is a basic chart which I have taken. So we have already taken a predefined. So if you want to do certain settings with this particular box, you can drag the box. You can drag the box. Let's say I have taken the drag box and I can take it a line which points toward this. So I can draw the line. Again, I'm taking a line here and I make a line connected with this box. So this I have done with myself, that I have added. Now I want to change the color. I'll go to settings. I can change the color with any of the color whichever I want to like. I like. So let's say green color. Now I want to add a text. So I'll click here and I'll go to text. Again, I'm talking about this area only, because whatever the combination, whatever the changes you have to do, you need to see this box. Now, so here I am having a text. Let's say what type of font you want for the text. So we have a different type, let's say Comic Sans. So I'll edit. I can say edit and I can add edit data. I can say edit data. So this is a property name. I don't want to change the property of this. So I can just type hello. Double click hello. This is my box. This is oval box. Oval shape. Fine. So I have changed. I have added a line. If you want to change the color of the line or a font color, so all these options are available here. So you can see arrange, to front, to back, bring forward, bring, send backward. So let's say you have an image on which you are placing another object, another flowchart. So you can use all these options. Rotate shape 90 degree. You can see you can rotate the shape. You can rotate any of the shape. You want like this, you want like this. You can group all the objects together so that whenever you are changing, it will be changing all together. So I can click here. I can delete any of the object by selecting and pressing a delete key. So let's change the color of this line. So we have a style and line color is black. So let's say a color is of this. So I'm changing the color. So my line color being changed and it's sharp. So I can say curved or rounding. Now, line start and end, I can change. Line jumps, I can change. Stretch. So all these options are with the line. And let's say I am increasing the line size. So this is my 16-point line and I can decrease. So this way I can change the properties of any object using the properties of particular object. So I have just dragged one of the oval shape and I have shown you that how can you, let's say I can have a gradient as well. So I can have a multiple box, means colorful picture of the image. Now line color, I have already said line color, we can just a border line, the outer line of the object. You want outer line must be of a red color. So you change this to red color. So you can see the green box will have a red color line and the size is very, so I am increasing the size. So it means it's all customization is in your hand. Parameter. So you can set the parameter. What parameter you want. So automatically this will change your object So I have explained style, wherein you can change the style of the object. Text, see, these are the text property. Again, you want bold, you can have a bold, italic, underline, up, down, point, how bigger size you want a particular shape, left, right, center. So all these options, you want top, or you want center of the object, or you want down of the object. So all these options are required actually whenever we are designing any of the flowchart, any of the class diagram. So that all required center of the position where you want this. Background color. So the background color is by default was transparent, and I can have a background color. So let's say I can make it background color as blue. So you can see here the text box have a different color rather than a transparent background. A border color, text border color you want or not. Word wrap, you want a word wrap should be there or not, so that if you have a bigger text, you can say word wrap. So word wrap will be there. Formatted text, so you can have a formatted text, and spaces between the character, spacing from the top, global, left, bottom, and right. So all this setting are with a text. Now you have a arrange, as I've already explained, how you can arrange your data. So I am explaining my learners, I'm explaining this properties only for any of the object like style, text, or arrange. So this is my arrange box wherein we have a properties related to arrange. Now, so this is my page 1 wherein I am having one of the chart, and I've explained you that either you can take a template or you can create your own. Let's say it was advertising, I can write here marketing. So you can have a chart and you can draw again like your own way. I can say grid, no grid. So this is the way I can create. Now, what I can do with this? I can say I have created this, I can say share. To share, I need sharing available for Google Drive or OneDrive. I'll say, okay, I want a Google Drive. First, I can save. How can I save? I can just click here and change up the file with my name. Let's say sample diagram. So by default, sample_d. So by default, it is a XML type of file, and I say rename. You can see here that file renamed. So I'll just say share. Okay, I just need to. Okay, so I can import from Google Drive. Let's say so many options. Now, unsaved changes, click here to save. So I can say save. And I want to save on the Google Drive. So I say Google Drive. So I want to use root folder or pick the folder. I say yes, change it with the root folder. So we'll wait because it will be going to Google Drive and it will authorize. As I've already authorized, you can see here, I have already authorized with my Google Drive. So it's automatically showing me the Google Drive option. So it's my email ID, it's my Google Drive account, and I can add multiple accounts as well. So automatically my image will be stored in the root directory of Google Drive with the same folder. Now this is what I can share. So I can say share. Now I can, because I was not logged in, so I just logged in and I am sharing. So loading. So to whom, like we share the Google documents, so I can say CIT or so I can say I can share with my own ID. So I can say send, and as editor, so if I open my another ID, I can share, I can change this. So it means we can work in a collaborative approach as well, like we do in the Google documents. I hope it is clear to everyone that how can we draw. So we have an advanced shape. So these are the journal shapes. These are the journal shapes. So I'm taking a blank page and I can show you that how can I draw all this. So whatever the property I have changed, so it's available here. And I'll go to style. I'll say, so it's the same document. So all the properties are already available. Now we have a different shapes. I can just draw and use any of the shape for my presentation. So you can see here, this is a entity relationship diagram box. You can have a multiple, you can draw the line and you can connect. So all these options are available here. More shapes, we have a active directory. So we have this kind of shapes. I can say like this, apply. So we have a more shapes in this, which we can insert on our diagram. Flowchart, Active Directory, Android. So I can say Active Directory, Android, apply. So we can have an Android. So it's loading, Active Directory, it's loading. So this is my Active Directory and this is my Android. So I can use this box. I can use different options, split action. So all these options are available. So I was on page 1 wherein I have used the template. I'm on a page 2 where I am explaining how you can drag any of the shape on your canvas to draw any layout. And the property window, I have already explained that how can we work with this. So this is a modem. So we have a different networking options which we can draw like this. Okay, this is a modem, this is a switch, this is a browser. So we can use all these options in our creating our diagrams. So this is a computer. Let's say I'm creating a network design, a standalone PC. So this is a PC which I can use it and different options. This is another type of computer. Now, let's go to page 3. Now, herein, I am just creating any of the flowchart. Like I can take an example of my PowerPoint and I'll go back and let's see how I can draw this simple flowchart. I'll explain you how I can create a simple flowchart. Start except AB and then if A is greater than B. Let's draw this. So I'll just take oval. The first shape was oval. And I'm just managing this shape style with some little bit of this shape, and I'll write here start. This is my first start. And then we have this, I can make it like this. Then we have a rectangular box. This is called input box in the language of flowchart. And I'll connect this box. So I'll just click or I'll just delete it and I can take the line and I can just rotate and connect these two boxes. So let's say this is my, and herein it was written except A and B. So this is my second box. Now, after this, we have again arrow and a diagonal. So I'll take this shape. I'll connect. Again, I'll take, connect it. So this is my another box. I can just decrease the size of above box. So this is your creativity. How can you draw all these shapes? And you have a very easy option is, I can write is A is greater than B. is A is greater than B. Now we have two options here. We have a rectangular box here. I think this is a rectangular box. We require two rectangular boxes. No, not a rectangular boxes. So I'll just change the box's shape. Just change. I want these two boxes only. So this is a one box. I can copy paste as usual. I can do. So let's say we have a two boxes, and we can say, we can just double click and we can say connect. So I need to connect. So I can say connect with this, connect with this. Oh, this arrow means. So I can just take any of the arrow. I'll take this. So we have a miscellaneous shape, and I can take this type of line to connect, or I can take simple connector. So it's up to me. So I've just taken a single. So you can see the connector is connecting, and the arrow line. Which type of line? So I can change the. So you can just see I'm just dragging and dropping the things, and I'm changing the style. So this is all about drawing any of the. Oh God. I'll just take this. So this is my shape. I can just, and if it is yes, I can add a box, a simple box. I can say simple yes. Is the box yes? And I can just say copy paste, Control C, and I say Control V. So you can see here, I have just dragged and made. And text, no, I can say no. And I can write here, A is greater. And herein I can write B is greater. And then I can take this as stop. So both option will come to stop. So you can see here that how simple it is to draw any of the shape. So how simple it is to draw any of the line or a connector. So this is the way that we can create and like you can see here that true or false, yes or no, and I can create any of this flow chart in this. And how to save it? I'll say save. I can say save, so this chart will be saved. And I can say download. Export. Now, what format I want to export? You want this image as JPG, so I can say JPG. So what is the size? You want a size 100%. So I'll say download. So it will be downloaded as image to my. So you can see the complete image is downloaded as a JPG image. So you have a various option that you can download, like export as PNG, or you can say PDF. All pages PDF, I can say yes, export, and I'll say download. So this is my PDF file. So you can see here 3 pages PDF file. Whatever I have done, it's been stored as a PDF file. Now, how to open an existing file? If I want to open from Google Drive, open from OneDrive, Dropbox, browser, or device. Let's say I want device. So I'm already having some of the folders which I have designed for you people, that this is my sample pictures or a draw tutorial connector. So we have a connector as well. So you can see here that we have a connector. We have some of the basic activities which you can use it as a help. What are the connectors? What are the shapes? So you can see here that how easy it is. Styling. How easy it is to add a text. Just a connector. So you can just say page 1 and I was here, so I can add. So I'll just say rectangle. I'll click on this box. You can see here I want another box, so it automatically joining. You can click. What do you want? You want this. So see, earlier I was just dragging and dropping. Now what I am doing, I'm just taking different options, so it automatically getting connected. So it means you don't require to drag. So you can see here that how simple it is. Now I want this should be connected to what? This. Again, this should be connected to this figure. You can see here that will be connected. So I just drag it. So you can see here how easy I have created this. I'll just connect here. Isn't it easy, Simran ma'am?
Yeah, sure. It is easy. And I think even I am able to do it myself after watching this session and after learning it from you.
So you can see there how simple. Earlier I was struggling with the options. Now I have used various options. So how simple it is. You can see I have taken how much seconds to do this. You can see the 10 seconds or 15 seconds I have drawn this kind of figure.
I'm sure it will make our work more organized from now on.
Yes. So these are the different options we have. I've shown you that you can create an organizational chart. You can have a because when I started my session, I said the visualization is very, very important in nowadays, because when a learner is using more of the senses, he can create imaginary pictures, and that is more remembrance to the everyone. So that's why I have taken this topic to explain to my viewers that how can we now I can do anything. Start. So I can change it. I can just click and I can say change the box to any other box, or I can just delete. So you can see I have changed the box immediately. If I don't want, I can change. Now start color, I want in a bigger size and in a different font. I say this font and I can increase. Now we have done save. I have already saved this into my Google Drive, share, open from where? I have just opened from one of the document from my device, recent, rename, move to the folder, import or export. So I have taken export option right now. Import means if I am having only this, publish. So if I want to give, like, let's see the HTML process as well, how it will be in the HTML. So if you want a public URL, so you can public, I can say export and I say discard. So I'll get an HTML file so that I can embed with my website. So you can see here, it is on the HTML web page. So I don't need to write any code. I can just use it into my website as well. So that how simple it is to connect. Now, publish link. So we have an option called publish link. So I will get a link, sharing link, which I can share with anyone to see this image online. Rather than downloading and sharing, I can just say publish link. So here we have a link. So I'll say copy link. So I'll just open a notepad and I'll say notepad. So this is my sharing link. I can share with any property. Like this is a drive link actually, because I have stored my file into my drive. So this is a drive link and I can share with anyone with as editor property, or I can change as required. Now, open library, because there are certain things available. So I can open from the GitHub as well. Now, edit. So we can copy image, we can paste, select the vertices, select the edges. So that is edit. View. I can change, search the shape. So all this view, how many grids, how many toolbar you want on your screen. That is called view. Arrange. Rotate the shape. So all these are the properties which are here. Extras, mathematical typesetting. So I can just type the mathematical things. So I can just go to, I'm going back to my page 1 where I was. So there is a tutorial available on the site. And extras, I'm just going to mathematical. I'm just closing everything and I'm just starting with a new. So this is my new page, new file. So I say ABC. So you can check, I'm creating a new file. So herein we have a mathematical typesetting. So using mathematical typesetting in diagrams like this kind of equation, I can add to my diagram. Enable mathematical typesetting. So I can type down the mathematical options as well without having any trouble, like I'm typing in some other software and taking here. So I don't require to do anything like this. So this is very easy that we can start now and we can create mathematical kind of things as well. So I'll just say it's all JavaScript enabled. So I can type down now mathematical things. So that is what the extras, wherein we have a more option, copy on connect, collapse, show start screen, auto save, means the automatically it will save. So all these options are available with the draw.io. So I think if any learner is having any questions, so we can take a question. Otherwise, we are good to go back. Simran ma'am.
So here I would like to inform you that we are just left by the last 2 to 3 minutes of this session.
Okay. So I can explain. Any questions, Simran ma'am? Any question to anyone?
Yeah, we have a question in the comment section of NCRT that asks us why visualization is so important, and it's an important concept of today's topic itself.
So visualization, when I started my, so visualization basically gives you more retention power actually. So whenever you, for example, I said, whenever I say line, so when I say line, so if I'm just giving you an example, I'm giving you a name. So what you will do? You will visualize. So when you visualize something, you have a picture of that thing. And pictures always, like there's a movie called Drishyam. If you have seen the movie Drishyam, so what he has done in that movie, actually he created the complete scene. So because retention is for visualization, he explained the same concept again and again, and people visualize it, and that is same. So similarly, when we see pictures in the book, we can remember the things very carefully. When we see the movie, when we see the audio visual learner, so we see all these things, we can easily remember the things. So that's the reason visualization is very, very important. Even when we talk about data analytics, which is being a new concept, people see the data and they analyze things. Any other question, ma'am?
Yeah, I could also see the advantages of visualization in the slide that you have just presented. Could you also read them out for our viewers?
Yeah, sure. So when I say visualization, visualization stimulates the same parts of the brain as when we actually perform the activity. The first part is, so same means the brain actually see that is the visualization. And visualization enhances attention because it keeps the audience focused on the subject matter. So if you are looking at the presentation, you are more focused. If I am just speaking in front of the camera and people are listening to me, they can't listen to more than 5-10 minutes. If something is there on the screen, they can just read it, they can see the things. Visualization aids in the memory tagging imagery. So to what is learned helps both encoding and the retrieval process. Means whenever you are retrieving, means whenever you are remembering the thing, so that process will automatically, the brain part, the memory part will automatically create that images, and that require multisensory. Multisensory means whenever we have a multiple organs involved in learning process, then the power of learning get increased. That's the reason so many audio visual aids, like we are giving a lecture, 3D, 2D animations, people are learning more. Kids are more better learner in the audio visual aid.
Thank you so much for explaining that concept so beautifully to all our viewers. We would have loved to continue the discussion, but we have certain time constraints. Thank you so much, Mr. Naveen Gupta, for being a part of this conversation.
Thank you so much, ma'am. Namaskar. I think session was fruitful for my learner, and they can watch later as well.
It was a wonderful session and hence productive for all our viewers that could be witnessed from the beautiful comments pouring in the comment section. Thank you.
Thank you so
Thank you
much.
to all the viewers who have connected with us in this particular session of webinar. Stay connected. Our upcoming session is Sahyog. And in our Sahyog session, we will discuss an important topic that is about gaslighting and emotional abuse. So stay connected. Namaskar.
Namaskar.